Hi and welcome to the War Bunker. This week in wargaming, we've had a few more announcements about a wargame that's making us very exciting. It's making Cameron very excited. Tell us a bit more about it.
It's a Halo tabletop space game from Spartan Games.
So we're going to be able to reproduce this kind of effect on the board.
Indeed. So it's the Halo Fleet Battles coming this summer.
Well, your summer.
Yeah, your summer.
Our winter.
Our winter. Yeah.
All the joys of being in New Zealand.
Probably the release date will be July the 30th. Because there is a countdown clock on one of the websites that I visited. And it said roughly about 96 days from today's date.
So just in time to get everyone excited before the new Halo video game.
Yes, Halo 5.
Deliberate timing, do you think?
Yeah.
Possibly. So, you've been looking at what they're going to offer inside this box, and it looks pretty damn cool.
Yes, we... first off, if you pre-order the game from Salute...
Or is it Spartan Games? Are you ordering it directly from Spartan, or...?
You can order it through their website, but the pre-order is to get your free Commander bust.
Yeah.
You gotta pre-order it by, I think it's like the 26th or something. I'm not sure what the date is, but
I mean, we're really keen on this game, but usually the killer for us, particularly if you get sizable amounts, is the postage and packaging.
Yeah.
And we go a lot with a local distributor called Mighty Ape, who provides most of our wargaming needs.
Although they did, because I did like their Facebook page, it is £80, and if you pay £100, it is free postage and packaging. So find something else that's $20.
£20.
Oh, £20.
So that equates to about 160 New Zealand dollars here. Yeah.
So if you pre-order the thing, you have a choice of either the Elite.
This is a Covenant
Commander bust. Yep.
What's the Covenant Commanders called?
Shankili.
Because you're doing a lot of exploration at the minute into the Halo universe as well, and it's quite a well-defined universe, isn't it?
Yes, it's very good. I really enjoy it.
It's real space opera stuff, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean, I'm hoping. Well, everyone's hoping that they're going to do a ground version of this because they did that. They've done that with Firestorm Armada. They've got a space game, and now they're getting it into a ground. But
it's an area that's not really covered much in the games. I mean, I've only played Halo 1 and 2, and most of that is ground-based, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go around. You think Halo, you think first-person shooter, really.
Yeah.
But likewise, I mean, you've been looking forward into Dawn, the film.
Yeah.
The podcast that would support it. A couple of years ago, when we were first in New Zealand, there was a lot of excitement because they looked to be creating the films over here, and in fact, we met the potential director. We said, really exciting! This could be awesome. We don't have any of the Warthog models. We've actually seen a real life working version of a Warthog, which is at Weta Studios, which is just down the road from us.
Yes, we do have a Warthog.
Hey, you can't see it there. You need to bring it up. Yeah, so we got these models from Weta, and we spoke to the Hellboy director who a little bit about Halo, and obviously at that time Peter Jackson was the guy that was doing Hellboy was going to do The Hobbit, and Peter Jackson was going to do the Halo films, wasn't he? Things change. They built lots of props, pretty much full-scale props. If you're ever in Wellington, come along to the Weta Cave, and you'll be able to see some of the props that they did build.
So yeah, you got the Covenant bust or the UNSC bust. You can choose which one you want, so that's good. If you wanted one or the other, that's fine. Yeah. So we'll move into the models.
Aha!
We have the Fleet of
Valiant Prudence. Is that a Covenant? That's
Covenant, yeah.
The thing to remember with the Covenant, of course, is they're basically
Theocracy.
What's a theocracy?
It's when they're ruled by religion.
Well, so I was going to say that they're a little bit, a bit like the Roman Catholic Church at the turn of the 10th century. They're mobilising people on great crusades, aren't they?
Yeah. So you get, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8 models, maybe 10.
It's pretty good, but what it looks to me like it's like a carrier ship with several.
Yeah, a heavy battle cruiser in the center.
This one, yep.
Heavy cruiser will be.
Well, let's move it in a little bit.
And then the smaller ships are the heavy corvettes of the game. So we'll move into
classic fleet structure there.
Close-ups.
But you basically use the corvettes to kind of like support your heavy cruiser. Yeah, go for
it. This is the CCS class battle cruiser. This is probably going to be your like command ship, I would assume, where your commander will be, and it will probably have the biggest firepower that can put out.
Lovely streamlining on the models, really, and on the whole design, and do you know if it's plastic or resin yet? That looks resin. So like
it was plastic.
That's a shame, but it looks like the molding. Obviously, this is the design, but you can if there's going to be that level of detail, they're not only going to be fairly easy to paint. I like fairly easy to paint, but well, of course, one of the problems with having a streamlined model is the fact that in space it doesn't really make a difference because there's no aerospace. What next have you got for us?
We have the ORS class heavy cruiser.
That's not the biggest capital ship we saw, is it?
No, this is like the mediums.
Yeah, and again, beautiful work.
Nice detail.
I suppose one of my few problems I have with Halo is the fact that when you look at these vehicles, they often look really, really sleek, and sometimes I feel that some of the aliens, particularly the small midget ones,
Grunts.
What are they?
Grunts.
They don't really reflect that.
Well, the Covenant ships are meant to be slick to the touch because of slip space.
Oh, right.
Because they have, I think it's like they have better pinpoint accuracy when jumping through slip space. So the next model is the SDV class heavy corvette.
And this is like the carrier super. This is the biggest thing they've got. Isn't it?
No, this is.
Oh no, it's not.
No.
These are the.
These are the. Frigates.
These are like the destroyers, destroyer corvettes that all kind of cluster around it.
Yeah, these are like probably you'll see more of these compared to the other two.
Yeah, I mean these look almost like a sword made into a spaceship. Yeah, can't wait to see these.
Right, then...
So one of the problems with these designs, it's very difficult to get an idea of scale, but I'm guessing these are going to be about...
28 mil?
Yeah.
I think. So we'll move into the UNSC with Battle Group Leviathan.
You need to work on your group names.
Yeah.
And again, some...
looks like...
now, let's face it, the human race, their vehicles look like barges in space, don't they?
Your main carrier, your 2 heavy cruisers, and then the rest of them are the frigates. I'm assuming, especially from the Halo books, the Covenants are going to probably have the better weaponry, which is true in the actual universe. So I'm assuming this is going to be reflected.
Is it really? Because typically when I've seen them only in Halo 1 and 2, typically it's one cruiser versus about one Earth cruiser versus about 3. So they're always heavily outnumbered, which makes it very difficult.
No, in the actual thing, Covenant are usually outnumbered when the UNSC can get all their resources into one group. So that's probably going to be reflected.
Of course, in the game as well, they tend to have more energy weapons as well.
Yeah, so obviously the Covenant are gonna have 8, and you can obviously see here that they've got
numerical advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, they got at least 12, 13 ships. So that's gonna be. Oh, thank you for that. That's gonna be reflected in the game, hopefully.
Just close it. Hey, we got virus protection. I don't know about you guys.
Alright, move into details.
No, don't run a virus update while you're actually doing a presentation.
Right, so this is the Matharan class heavy cruiser.
So these are what you get 2 of, basically.
No, this is your big one. This is
this
your big boy.
This is a huge one, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I mean, it does. It actually looks like an upside down aircraft carrier, almost. It looks ugly but functional.
Yeah. And the engines there on the on this one they look really nice.
Cool.
Next we have the heavy cruiser or the
right, okay, so whereas Covenant look like there should be a sword, that actually looks like you should pick it up and be a gun.
Yes.
I mean, they look very much like you know what the business end of that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So this is the Erebus class heavy cruiser, heavy carrier even, heavy carrier.
You get 2 of these.
You get 2 of these. Pretty sure. And then
so we were talking about the I want to call it the Valley Forge. That's a different one.
Pillar of Autumn.
Pillar of Autumn is which ship was that, or is it that not covered in this one?
That won't be in this. These ships are from the Battle of Reach.
So this is an earlier battle.
This is before the game, the first Halo game.
Pre the first Halo game. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
And then we have the Paris class heavy frigates. These are your bog standard frigates, which have a Mac
you got
gun.
lots of them. They're probably going to get blown out of the sky a lot.
So,
unfortunately.
Yeah. So the Covenant obviously have probably superior weapons, which is true in the universe because they have plasma weapons.
Yeah.
And the UNSC have the Mac cannon. So, obviously, it's going to be interesting. Gonna see some interesting battles up against those 2.
Moving just beyond this, you've like we say, you've been actually listening to a couple of the Halo books, and I suppose it really this is one of the reasons why we're quite excited about this. We're kind of missing a space-based battle. Last time we saw a space-based battle was an old war game place, and it was the Babylon 5 one. What's quite exciting about this one is it has an established universe. So we already know some things about the races that are involved in it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's building on top of that.
So the books that I'm listening to at the moment, I've already listened to Halo Glasslands, but this is, I'm pretty sure this is the book is post.
The Halo games.
No, yeah, post Halo, Human Covenant War, which is when the Shang-Chi split off from the Covenant.
Oh, interesting.
And then want to do their own thing.
So basically, an established universe, and space opera, being developed as a space-based board game. This is really exciting, but of course, we've got the Halo games coming as well, the actual Xbox games. But of course, what we can't ignore this year is this is also the year of Star Wars, really, isn't it? And everyone's getting quite excited about that.
Yeah.
And this is happening on the board game as well. So Star Wars Armada is coming out. This is this is moving on from X-Wing and allowing more of a space-based epic game. We've been looking, because we can only really afford to go Halo or Armada. kind of a bit disappointed with what we've seen on Armada so far.
Indeed, it is very disappointing.
A little expensive. Over here, it's...
Yes, over here it's very expensive.
Well, it can be hit and miss. It's about $55 for a Star Destroyer. This is. I mean, we've been talking through the starter set that you're going to be getting for
Halo.
Halo, and this is what you can see on here is what you get for the starter set for Armada, and the box. It's not like for like. This is a little bit cheaper, but you basically get each side gets. Well, so the Rebels get two capital ships. The Imperials get one capital ship, and you get a few fighters as well. But it just feels again that it's going to be a little bit expensive. But then again, it's Star Wars. It is Star Wars, so Star Wars is always exciting. It's always taken our breath away.
Basically, I think what company is doing this? Do you know?
If I'd say it was West End Games, I'd be wrong because they used to do it. And of course, the license for Star Wars is absolutely huge.
Well, whoever's doing Star Wars Armada is probably going for the more elite, less things on the table, starter friendly kind of thing.
And it does get you started a lot more. But then again, I look at the kind of fleets you get with Halo, and I go, that's the kind of that's the kind of level I want to be engaging at.
Yeah, Spartan Games definitely want to do that whole. I get a starter set, you get a starter set.
See, one of the problems is
big battles. They want big battles.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Armada, and already there's a lot of expansions for it. I guess that's the theory, knowing what expansions, because the starter set looks amazing, looks absolutely amazing. But what expansions are actually going to be out there
for Halo
to support? Yeah,
well,
I mean, we've talked about the Pillar of Autumn. Are some of those ships going to come through? I mean, some of the ones we're used to from the games.
I mean, if they made there's a Covenant supercarrier called I'm not sure which one it is, but it's from the Halo Reach game. It's huge. It's massive, and it gets destroyed, unfortunately. But but it's like,
well, if you've seen X-wing and the Rebel blockade runners, people do. There is a market for it.
But what Halo could do, they could expand it to do the Forerunners and humans, if they really wanted to.
I want to see that. I want to see options. I want to see. The box set, the starter set looks amazing.
It would be interesting if they did the Flood.
So tell us about the Flood. I've never quite got the Flood.
The Flood are basically like, they're like fungi.
Like a virus or something.
Yeah, they're like a virus. That could basically control you as such. So they just want to, kill everyone.
Really? Kill everyone or control everyone?
Kill everyone so they can control everyone.
Okay, it sounds a bit like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which you don't know much about.
No, I don't know.
But they're like a parasitic life form, basically. Yeah, interesting.
But basically, what they would have to do if they did that expansion is basically use ships that are already...
Yeah.
Because they control what other people are using.
So potential there for, I guess, like a corrupted Covenant and human combined battle fleets or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if people actually bought the starter set and then built them up, put some green stuff on, did some flood-like stuff, and then...
It would be interesting to see the universe built up a bit, because I have to say, we talked a little bit about Babylon 5, and I'm currently watching it again now. There's so many factions, so many alien races in Babylon 5 that there's so many armies. Yeah, we're talking about Warhammer 40,000. There's lots of armies.
I mean, if
Star Wars, it's Rebels or Imperials.
I mean, if Games Workshop actually did a full release of just space games, a space battle for 40k, I reckon it would sell like a.
Well, they already did have that.
Yeah, but
what was it called?
Battlefleet
Gothic. Yeah,
but
Forgotten.
It's bad. It was a bad release though.
Forgotten
But
classics.
if they did a revamp and
Yeah, I mean we're also seeing that steampunk system, isn't it? That's got a scalable thing. It is more land-based game. Dystopian Wars.
Dystopian Wars isn't just land-based.
Yeah, but it's more like ship-based. It's more ship-based.
Yes.
So it's got that kind of epic scale to it.
Yes, by Spartan Games too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spartan Games, you dog.
I'm pretty sure it's by Spartan Games. If not, then I just screwed that up.
No giggling now.
So
Cool.
that is the end of our discussion about the Halo.
Anything exciting? We're holding on to it. We will be contacting Mighty Ape next week and saying, "Hey guys, there's this game on the..." Because the hobbyist section... just a quick plug here. The hobbyist section of Mighty Ape, I have to say, they are really supportive of the wargaming hobby here in New Zealand. And pretty much everything I've kind of lent on them and said, "Hey guys, would it be possible?" They tended to look. Their customer service is excellent. We're currently looking at bolt action. I am reading the rules of bolt action, and we'll probably have a little slideshow like this in a couple of weeks. However, there's nothing about bolt action that's breaking news right now. But this has been breaking news, so we wanted to kind of bring you our look-see at this.
Yeah, because loads of... there hasn't been that many people actually going through
And let's get this right. It's not Kickstarter, is it?
No. It is just
Ready to go.
pre-order or pre-order by a date,
And hopefully we'll be getting it. We'll be doing an unboxing sometime soon.
Well, we
next
will
few
be.
months. Well, we've got to get our hands on it first.
I don't care if we have to take a plane over there.
We got to finish. We got to finish some of our Warhammer armies. We're making decisions as we speak behind the scenes about whether or not we're going to look into bolt action. Well, we are looking into bolt action, but are we going to start collecting the figures? Bolt action look absolutely awesome.
And if we do, we'll be doing hopefully the Pacific Theatre, due to the fact that
we live in the Pacific.
We live in the Pacific. Plus,
we've actually done a lot of historical research on.
Plus, loads of
here.
people are doing the European theatre, so different content.
It's not just that, but we've got some U.S. Marine routes here in Wellington that we hope to be exploring in a documentary over the next 12 months as well. So, it's those guys. They not only trained here, but they were our first line of defence during the war against a possible Japanese invasion, which was really quite likely and quite frightening. We've seen relics of preparations against the Japanese invasion. It's something that interests us. You quite easily think in New Zealand that the Second World War was far, far away. Okay, the European theatre was, but you actually look at some of the islands that Japan occupied, and they were awfully close to the New Zealand and the Australian coast. It didn't take much, and both Australia and New Zealand were much less populated than they are today. If a Japanese army could see somewhere like Singapore and China, we could have quite easily been taken. That is a discussion though for another video. I just want to say thanks for joining us. Hey, reply to this. Tell us a bit about your plans for Halo Fleet Battles. Tell us if you are looking at a different space-based game. Maybe you're you've got your Battlefleet Gothic. Maybe you've got your Babylon 5 game. Maybe it's just going to be Star Wars or nothing this year. Let us know and subscribe. See you later.
Goodbye.